Hello you lovely lot and welcome to a new video. Well, actually the last video of the year. My name is Katie and we are gonna unbox and create with the December Scrawler box. Upon first impressions, I'm thinking this is very colourful, as demonstrated by the featured artist, Mr. Phil, and I quite like that. That is straight up on the wall. As I delve deeper, obviously we get a sticker, we have some orange flavoured Mentos, and of course the best snacks of all, the art supplies. Disclaimer, don't eat them though, you know what I mean. Of course we also have Scrawler magazine, and well done to everyone who featured in that one. But let's crack on with looking at the supplies. So as you can see, we have some paint markers. We also have a pencil, a pen and a pad of paper. The pencil we have is a Stedtler Norris pencil in HB, and that pretty much does what a HB pencil does. The pen we have, and I don't think I've used one of these before, is the Unipin Black Chisel Fine Liner. Obviously it has all the benefits of your regular Unipin pen, that's difficult to say, but it's got a nice chiselled edge, which means you can have a variety of thicknesses with your lines all in one pen. We also have the Edding 5100 acrylic markers. They all have the same nib size, which is stated as being 2 to 3 millimeters, and we have 4 colours. We have a black one called Traffic Yellow, one called Telemagenta, and an opulent turquoise. Now, I have used this brand of paint marker before. It was featured earlier this year in the Upcrate box. I can't think for the life of me which one it was. I think it might have been April, but we've definitely had these pens this year, and obviously they were slightly differently presented. We had different types of nibs, etc. But yeah, I thought they were okay. They're alright paint markers. The nib's a little bit firmer than what you would have with a Posca pen, but aside from that, they pretty much work the same in my opinion. The prompt for this month's box, which I totally nearly forgot, is Chaos Confined. So I just thought I'd draw a nice picture of Finley and Claudia because we haven't seen those for a while. The surface that Scrawler Box has provided us with is a 250 GSM white card. It's got quite a smooth surface to it, and it actually feels quite surprisingly dense and heavy, which is nice. It's a nice surface to use these pens on. I know a lot of papers don't particularly get on well with paint markers like these because the paint takes a little while to dry. You're scrubbing at it with the actual nib on the pen and it can cause the paper to buckle slightly. This can be easily overcome by just keeping the direction of your pen strokes the same, not applying too much pressure, and if you've missed a little tiny bit, just wait for the whole thing to dry and then fill in any areas. Obviously, if you do get any bits coming off, whether it be paint or paper, again, just wait till it's fully dry, scrape them off and then fill them areas back in again, and you shouldn't have too many problems. Which, after this year, I'm sure this is the 4th box we've had of paint markers. I think not last month but the month before it was paint markers. We definitely had some in June, and I feel like we had a box at the start of the year as well, so this really has been the year of the paint marker. I personally don't mind. I do find a lot of uses for these. I'm actually planning on doing a biggish size canvas once I can find the time to get a canvas to do, and I want to use a combination of acrylic paint and these paint markers and just create something, I don't know, colourful. However though, I really do hope that 2023 we don't quite get so many, because I really do have a ridiculously embarrassing amount of these pens now, and don't get me wrong, I'm always curious about different brands and how they perform, but I'm kind of thinking that with all these slight variations in either ink quality or nib quality, there's not actually really that much difference in between the brands. I mean, a paint marker's a paint marker, right? Like I say, personally, I'm not complaining. However, I definitely don't need any more for the long term, if anything. So let's talk a little bit more about the picture. So you'll have seen that I'd have filled in the larger areas first and adding those outlines after. Again, just be mindful of the strokes you use when you're using your pens there. Take your time, be patient, go grab a cup of tea or something in between the layers, you'll be fine. Admittedly, I don't show this on camera because I just don't think it to be very interesting, but I did go over that turquoise area again, and I'm quite happy with how flat it looks. One thing I didn't notice about these pens was they actually had opacity indicators on them, which kind of makes sense now because that yellow just didn't seem to quite cover any of the pencil marks I'd put down below. Not to worry though, because I'm just doing the good old usual, let's add some detail over the top, and hopefully any of those pencil lines are just going to get lost amongst the details, or should I say chaos. Now that I'd got those initial outlines done with the black marker pen, it was time to start adding those details in, and I thought that this Unipin chisel was perfect for the job. I like the fact that I could have a variety of lines there without having to keep swapping and changing pens. Now don't get me wrong, when I'm just doing a line drawing, for example, nothing else there, just line drawing only, then yes, I would prefer to have a selection of different nibs because it's a consistency that obviously I'm going to be used to. However, with this one, yes, you've got a variety of line widths, I guess, but you haven't quite got that consistency there. And I didn't mind that for this. It kind of just sat nicely with the theme there. It was nice to do some ridiculously fine lines as well as some more expressive, wider lines. I also like the fact that, again, it's a bit of practice and getting used to, but being able to sort of have jaggedy lines and that, I don't know, it was just a nice bit of texture. I was also a little dubious about how this pen would work over the top of the paint. I probably should have checked that out on the swatches, but you know what it's like, you just want to dive in. I thought with the black lines done with the marker pen compared to the ink pen, there'd be a bit of a light reflection difference, and there is, but it's not really enough to offend me, so I'm okay with that. And I was also quite happy that I'd got a medium where I could at least adjust the line widths. One of the things I personally find difficult, especially just when working on an A5 surface, is the thing you're going to use for outlining, it being a massive chunky pen, and I'm not able to get that detail down that I want. So I like the fact that this was included in there just so I could do that. So whilst past me is carrying on drawing that, I'm just going to have a little chat with you guys. I first of all want to say thank you so much for all of your support this year. And obviously the other years too, but let's face it, we ain't got much of 2022 left right now, so let's stick with that for now. I have been blown away, as always, by you guys commenting, you guys watching, your feedback. It's been a bit of a crazy year as well. I mean, I won a art haul. I won 2 art hauls at the start of the year. I featured in the Upcrate bottle post as well recently as one of the Scrawler magazines, and that's like wild for me. I never really win stuff like that, so it's just a bit wild. It kind of freaked me out a bit, to be honest. I also, as well, can't thank a couple of you guys specifically enough. One of my friends who's been watching for years now has sent me loads of art items, which I do actually need to feature on this channel, so I will get round to that very soon. And another one of my friends that I wouldn't have without this channel is over on Creative Phenomenon Art, and I definitely recommend you go check her channel out. She's lovely and relaxing to watch. I specifically love listening to her as she's talking and thinking out loud while she's working, because that pretty much echoes and mirrors a lot of my own thoughts on when I'm doing art, and I'm sure you guys could relate too, so I'm going to leave a link to her channel down below. By all means, go check it out though. But yes, they also sent me a box, which I really want to unbox for you guys. I've already had a peek in it, but I really want to share it with you. So hopefully very soon I'll be able to do that. And I've had this box for ages, so I'm really raring to go. And of course, as well, I want to thank you guys, again, you regular viewers. It's always a joy to see your names pop up in the comments, and I love responding to you. And I really do look forward to any other feedback or thoughts on any of the videos I make. And speaking of videos I'm going to make, well, I do have a few planned. Obviously the gouache dragons, as well as swatching out the watercolours I mentioned a little while back. Well, I'm starting to work on that right now. But if you've had any supplies over Christmas and you're not sure about how to use them, let me know, and if I have some in, I might be able to do a video to help you out on that. So by all means, drop a comment down below. Chances are I might have at least something similar or a bit of knowledge on how to use it, so I'd be more than happy to help where I can. Anyway, since as we're on the last minute now, I better talk about the picture. So I wanted to add some more texture in the background there, and again, that's where this pen came in super handy. I also think it kind of matches the prompt theme, which was, chaos confined. Well, it's confined with all the line work I've done there. Although I was a bit tempted to do a Sonic the Hedgehog, but I think that's probably best for my own personal time there. But anyway, let me know what you think down below. Very much appreciated as always. I did enjoy this box, but I really don't need any more paint markers for a good long while. I want to say a massive thank you for watching, especially if you've made it this far through the video. I also want to wish you a very happy new year. I hope 2023 is a good one for you all. And I'm looking forward to sharing another year's worth of creations. In the meantime, I'll see you lovely lot soon. Bye!